like keep your foot on the gas when the gas is hot.
Yeah.
Right. So like when you're on a straightaway, bro, and I'll talk about this later. I was listening to a podcast of an interview with the CEO of Snowflake. Mm-hmm. It's like a data management fucking, I don't know, really, really big data management company like AWS.
Yeah.
On steroids. And it does like analytics. And his couple things were always be energized. Like if you're not energized about the project as a leader or as a salesman, then your company's dead.
I get that.
He was like, always be energized. And he's like, and when you have a fucking straightaway, you need to put your foot on the goddamn gas and take as much.
Run some 40s, baby.
Bro, he's like, you need to take as much market share as possible because if the product fits, everything changes so fast. Mm-hmm. Fucking make the revenue. Go make all that money while you can because it's going to go away like that.
Okay.
Fucking run with it. Keep going. Like so with NFT stuff, right? Like we all know it's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Go make that fucking $3 billion.
Yeah.
And then worry about everything else later, right? Like so I guess make it. Take all the chips off the table, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Because you're not going to stop it. Like with something like that.
Yeah.
Every entrepreneur that I know doesn't stop, right? But then you're going to have another conversation of, okay, I put my foot on the gas for the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. I made myself $3 billion.
Yeah.
Now
you
I
won't do that
go,
in nothing else.
You won't do it in anything else. And that's an achievement, right? But if you have the straightaway, you have to take the fucking straightaway.
It's the window of opportunity, man.
Right? Don't just like, oh, yeah, we're kind of doing it. Like, bro, if you have the product market fit, fucking go.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Let's cap that stuck with me really hard. And that's why I applied it with the NFT thing. Because he's like, I don't talk to my son because my son sees the straightaway. He's like, he sees it, bro.
So why are we talking?
It's like, why are we talking? Like, I need
you know
to
what I'm saying? And we can relate that into our real estate. We could talk about, what they say, analysis paralysis, right?
Even with the wholesaling thing, bro.
At some point, you see the fucking run, you see the lane, you see the runway. Like, fucking put your foot on the gas. Stop asking questions. Stop watching YouTube videos. Stop listening to this podcast. Like, go fucking get it, right? You've already been making calls, and now you're kind of like, someone showed some type of interest. We'll fucking call them back. You know what I mean? Stop trying to ask too many questions. Go lock that bitch up, and then reach out to somebody for help, right? Because at that point, the runway, you done hit the end of the runway.
Exactly.
But look where you done got. You done got a deal locked up. Now let's figure out how to find this next runway.
Well, and this goes into the time kills all deals thing, right? So we're about to launch another business in somewhat of a different space. And I was talking to our business partner, and I was like, bro, time kills all deals. Mm-hmm. We need to get this thing released as fast as possible because I know someone else might release it. And we're losing just revenue and market share every second that it's not in the marketplace. Yeah. Because even if you think about wholesaling in the last 6 years, think about how much the margins have shrunk.
Margins as in?
Assignment fees. Like to where how much more competitive it's gotten.
For sure. There's more people on some of your deals. People,
right? So like if you have the runway, fucking go. Yeah. Because it's always going to get thinner. Because if you find the product market fit and whatever you're doing, someone else is going to find it.
Especially if you're very broad in what you're doing wholesaling wise, right? If you're simply just calling absentee owners, like that shit is swamped.
Right, bro.
You know what I mean? If you haven't taken the time to learn a different avenue, whether that be probate, whether that be tax sales, novations, sub-2 deals, and that's, again, you talk about pace. Wholesaling was what it was. He found a lane in sub-2 where not a lot of people necessarily was doing. You got some blue ocean. You got old heads who were doing sub-2 before sub-2 was sub-2, but in a time where it wasn't something that was like popular. Yeah. He fucking seen the lane, put his foot on the gas, and fucking took off. And he hit up every wholesaler who was just doing this one thing and was like, "Hey, I know all y'all got dead leads. Send them to me." Where it got to a point to where if you had a lead that you couldn't convert or it didn't make sense number-wise as a wholesale deal, the first thought in your head was send it to Pace.
And he's one of the best marketers, I think. He's one of the best marketers in real estate. Him, Jamil, and fucking like Grant Cardone.
That shit was fucking like, it was genius.
Yeah, like he's up there. But that goes into that. We can tie it all back into, I won't be taking my son to go do that stuff because I expect him to do a lot more than what, I didn't work for him to be at the place I started at when I was 22 years old.
100%. I get that.
Like, I just didn't do it. Like, he needs to hear me. He hears me on phone calls, like, negotiating, like, bigger deals or, like, leading people or anything else. But, like, me going and talking to a seller, like, yeah, that's cool. And I hope you learn that negotiation tactic, but you'll learn a lot more when you hear me negotiating $1 million deals with someone else over the phone. Yeah. Right? Now stuff really matters. That's just my personal opinion.
No, I agree. I agree with that. You got to think bigger.
Like, just think bigger, provide better and bigger opportunities for everybody around you. Like, that is all that is ever running through my mind.